Hi, dear ones. Thanks for dropping by. Been in a deep state of reflection, and I'm always after the essence of things, especially when it comes to uh, anything spiritual, philosophical, or religion. Like, what's the essence? Because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of teachers, teachings, traditions. I just think of when I was in college, I majored in religion, and one of my professors, who was a mentor, I'd go into his office, and he had a whole wall, two whole walls of books. This is someone, he had a PhD in religion. He was a Sanskrit scholar. He had written books. Absolute beyond expert, like top of the in his particular field, like top of the top. And there's a part of me, it's like, wow. I remember being in there. It's like, wow, I want to know all of that. And that's cool. That's fine. And, he was a scholar. And that's scholarhood is amazing. I have so much gratitude to scholars for so many reasons, which maybe I'll share about later. And here we are on this path that Bruno called us to. And how much information do we need to walk the path? And so what I've come to is my understanding of the essence of what Bruno Groening taught, which is to be connected to God, to be guided by God, and to be healed by God. And that all of that is really accomplished through having faith and trust in God, and really wanting God, wanting the divine, and monitoring our thoughts like our life depends on it, really being firm with and to really seek connection moment by moment. And really, for me, this is the essence of what Bruno taught. And I was able to say it in 1 minute. Yes, there's a few nuances here and there, like Regulungen, and said another way, just relying on God for everything is maybe the simplest expression I can give. And so then the gig is to live that day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, moment by moment. And it's not easy. Anyone who tells you the spiritual path is easy, I don't know what to say. My view is they're probably trying to sell something. Bruno Groening described it as a fight. It's not necessarily a moment by moment struggle, but to do these things, to be mindful of our thoughts all day long, to strive for connection to God all day long, to maintain faith when things don't go our way. It's not easy for me. Now, that's not to say that there aren't people who really have a high degree of mastery in this, and to them, deep respect. But that the path itself to get to that place, there just comes this thing of living it one day at a time, one moment at a time, living faith, being mindful of thoughts, seeking God's will, ultimately in every decision. It's so hilarious. Today I was just really in the flow, really feeling connected to God. And then I forgot to ask, should I go do this? And I went and did it, and it was really bumpy, and it didn't go well. But even that can be used, because as I was going there, I had a profound insight. I had multiple profound insights. And then I was driving home from that. So since I didn't check, who knows? Maybe that was God's will, because I had some very profound realizations going there. But as I was driving home, I was like, oh, I want to stop at the store and get this. And I kind of had the feeling of like, no, I'm going to do that later. It's like, no, there's this feeling of like, no, I need to do it now. And it didn't check in. And that was really bumpy. And I even dropped one of the, I bought some laundry detergent. I even dropped one and it cracked slightly. And so I'm very clear that was not, the highest choice for me. And so it's this thing about surrendering to God and relying on God, and then sort of we take our will back and things get bumpy, and then we're like, oh God, please help, and surrender. And so for me, it's an ongoing journey and process and day by day, moment by moment thing that some moments is easy, some moments not so easy. So just some of my thoughts on the path. Take care, dear ones, and let's strive today. Ultimately, it just comes down to striving to live and practice these principles. Take care. Much love.